If you felt there was something more to it relating to your anxiety, the inner ear disorders that you're feeling, eustachian tube dysfunction, and tinnitus, well, you're on the right track, because there is something called the trigeminal nerve. And for those of you that are aware of the trigeminal nerve, it maintains and controls the sensory and the motor function of the face. And the trigeminal nerve is separated into three major branches. Those branches are the ophthalmic, which is including the forehead, the eyes, and the nose; the maxillary, which is including the cheeks, upper lip, and palate; and the mandibular, which is included the lower lip, jaw, and motor control for mastication or chewing. Now, the eustachian tube connects the middle ear to the back of the throat, and its main function is to regulate air pressure. Now, a lot of you may be aware that the trigeminal nerve, particularly branch 2, runs through the eustachian tube. So there's no secret that when there's irritation, inflammation, problems with air pressure, it can disrupt that eustachian tube. So how important is it, the trigeminal nerve? A lot of research is currently being done, but my bet is when you have issues with the trigeminal nerve, it's going to ultimately end up having issues with the middle ear, particularly with eustachian tube dysfunction, leading to ear pressure, ear fullness, the clicking sounds, the muffling sounds, and just overall throwing your balance off. And now a lot of you are probably dealing with this right now. But the main problem is when you went in to see an ENT professional, you were told that this is probably just an allergy related problem, gave you some meds and nasal spray, and now you're off to your merry way. But what you did know is if there was a problem with your trigeminal nerve, you're not doing any justice, there is no resolution happening if you're treating it as if there's an allergy related problem. And this is why I step in, because I think a lot of you are in this position right now. You're continuously using those nasal sprays, and really all you're doing is adding more inflammation, because through overuse, it's been proven that it can add more inflammation to the nasal passages. It can actually give you something called a rebound effect, which is almost undoing what you're trying to accomplish, giving you this sensation of fullness, giving you increased blood pressure. A lot of the medication can raise your blood pressure. And I just want all of you to know that this is the direction I went in. And all this does is lead you down roads that are not going to ultimately give you back that healing that you're searching for. And so I want all of you to know, when it comes to the trigeminal nerve, there's issues that can happen with that. And some of you may ask, how did the trigeminal nerve even happen? How did the problems with the trigeminal nerve even come to the surface? It can be due to a host of problems. Let's start with some of the things that you probably haven't heard. One of those things is compression and irritation, and that is ultimately due to poor posture. We don't realize it, but poor posture, through various of steps, various of times, it's been shown that you can get so many different symptoms just by poor posture alone. Now, one of those things that you probably weren't told in the doctor's office is that poor posture can ultimately lead to problems with the ear. And you're probably wondering how. Well, putting that compression, that extra tension, the head weighs between 8 to 12 pounds. Putting that extra strain on that vertebrae and those nerves that run down, the trigeminal nerve, all these facial nerves, putting that extra pressure down on that phone, looking down, it can exacerbate those issues with the neck. It can give you problems in tension. It can give you inflammation. What are the main causes of trigeminal nerve problems? Is inflammation. And how do you do it? Through repetition of not correcting the problem with poor posture. See, you probably haven't heard this before. When you go into the ENT specialist, they're just treating the obvious, which is, okay, something in my nose, leading from my nose to my ear. But what we're not treating it is on the muscular side of things, the structural side of things. This is why this condition is so hard to treat, because so many people out there are being led in the completely wrong direction. You have to treat the structural problems first. The posture is bigger than it seems. When you just simply take time, put the phone down and don't look down at your phone like this. Keep your body at a good position. Keep your shoulders aligned, keep your neck and your chin up. Over time, it doesn't seem like it's doing anything, but you'll start to train that brain to correct that position, and over time, you'll start getting better. Trust me, I didn't believe it either. I thought, how could posture potentially help me with my ear problems and my nasal passages and these allergy, almost impersonated allergy related symptoms? But you don't realize Just what I explained, inflammation travels. And when it travels, it starts affecting the surrounding areas. Remember, branch 2, the trigeminal nerve branch 2 can affect issues in the facial region. Over time, that inflammation grows and travels, and it can give you more problems, not only in the structural problems, like the mandibular problems, the masseter muscle, it can start traveling down the neck. And now it's in the shoulders. And when it gets into all those regions of the body, guess what starts happening in the brain? Anxiety. Anxiety, it's not fear, it's anxiety. What is anxiety? It's anticipating a future problem that hasn't happened. Well, when you feel this problem in your body, you're anticipating that it's just going to get worse. That triggers anxiety. Anxiety puts cortisol back into the body. The cortisol now becomes a habit because now you're continuously relating. Anytime you feel discomfort in your neck, your jaw, your shoulders, you're going to potentially start creating a carousel effect. That anytime you feel anything that of a little bit of discomfort, even a pain level of 1, you're going to relate it to future problems with the ear. Future problems with the ear become problems that just seem to never go away. It affects your balance, it affects your mood, it affects your outlook, and then you're just going in circles, going in circles, going in circles, going in circles. You can't get out of it. And this is why this is very important that all of this could be remedied if you didn't shoot nasal spray up your nose for something that needed more structural rehabilitation. And this is why I'm here to hopefully redirect those out there that have been traveling down the wrong road for so long. Now you're looking up at the sign and realize I am not going in the right direction. And what's going to happen is you're going to get a little more anxiety because of that alone. And it's just going to take a little bit of time to unravel some of all that's been done. And this is very intricate. And you hear me all the time talk about basics. Well, it was something that can be caused by not being basic. But now that we're here, we have to use our basic approach to unravel all of this intricacies that have been done to us. It's not as easy and simple as we might have thought, but it can be remedied in a basic mannerism. So I want all of you out there to know, if you're dealing with problems with the jaw, the facial region, it's not a coincidence. Again, we have lots of nerves that travel all through our face. It goes through our ears, through our face, down our neck. Poor posture can lead to all these issues. So guess what? Now you're taking pain meds. What does pain meds do? It creates this sense of dependency, and it's not really targeting the area of inflammation that it needs to be targeted. So for example, if you're taking pain meds, and this is not a video to tell you to stop taking pain meds if that's what you were asked to do by a doctor, but I'm giving you an example of what I went through. I was taking pain meds thinking that the problems in my neck were just going to vanish. Little did I know, you can't take pain meds and continuously live a highly inflammatory lifestyle. All you're doing is affecting your organs, and you're not improving the situation. So that's why pain meds are really not going to help with this particular situation. It's going to give you temporary relief, but without a successful action plan and the awareness, it's not going to help correct the problem long term. It's going to give you that placebo effect, thinking that maybe I feel okay now, but really if you're continuously putting posture, putting strain on those nerves, putting strain on giving yourself more inflammation, that pain med is not going to be able to keep unraveling all that stuff when you continuously do it. You're even taking pain meds while you're putting strain on the neck at the exact same time. And this is just really challenging to cure this condition because we're doing so many things outside of our awareness to ourselves that we can't correct the problem because we're giving the problem. We're adding more creatine to the problem. And that's why this condition lasts forever in our eyes, when it's not true. It's because we keep adding more problems to the problem. And I want all of you to know that with just some minor correction, it sounds very detailed when I explain it to you, but it's really not hard to unravel. It's really not hard to do. When you put a little bit of awareness factor in place, a little corrective action, you'll notice you'll start to feel better. The trick is you're not going to see the garden bloom the next day. Okay, you're going to have to keep doing it repetitiously, even when you don't think it's working. And one day you're going to wake up, you're going to feel less pain, you're going to feel less discomfort, you're going to hear less popping noises, you're going to hear less swishing noises, you're going to actually hear better. You're going to notice those things gradually. And then at that point, then you're going to have that extra motivation now to continue on. But the trick is continuing on when you don't notice any improvements at all. In fact, more people give up the process because they don't notice that anything's happening, and they're continuously feeling what they don't want to feel. So it's easy to give up at that point. So I want all of you to understand, corrective, decisive, and very instrumental action isn't always seen immediately. It's seen exponentially and with time. When you do something with time and you're continuously plugging in on those good things that you need to do, you'll notice an earthquake of good happen gradually, but it happened in a way where now you're getting reaffirmed that things are moving in the right direction versus not seeing anything at all. Put a little faith into perspective here with some action involved, and you'll notice some major changes and major improvements, and you'll find that healing that all of you are very much deserving and longing. I hope this video was very helpful for you. If it was, please take time to subscribe to the channel. I try to bring content as often as possible. But in the meantime, I'm going to step out of the Jaye Wellness Studio and leave you in good hands with this video. Like anything else, folks, we're here to simply go back to the basics. Take care, everybody, and I will catch you on the next video.